We should be live, y'all. We should be live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. If we're not live on IG, it is. I don't need to go live on IG. Matter of fact. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here. We are hither. We are back. Let's go ahead and get these tunes going, man. You know how we go with the pregame. You know how we go with the pregame. Yeah.
Please put the tunes on. Need that. That is mandatory to set the vibes. The podcast we about to have today, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know how it is. You know how it is.
Countrymen.
Lend me your ears.
I'll bring them back.
I ain't giving y'all shit back. Y'all gonna get all of this motherfucking. Y'all get all of this damn hot fire pod god. The pod god known as Norwood himself. I don't have a nickname yet. Conspiracy theorist. Y'all know I'll be putting on my quick draw, quick scope.
Oh yeah, you know your boy, you know. Yeah, Reggie, they call him Quick Scope Davis from where I'm from. Boy, shoot from a mile away now.
Oh man, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all for being here, man. We appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, Instagram. Well, actually, not on Instagram. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, anywhere you can find us, man. We appreciate y'all listening to us on Spotify, watching us on Spotify, listening to us on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, whatever. We appreciate y'all.
And while you listen to us, if you listen real closely, that is Bun B, that is Pimp C, and that is David Banner playing in the background, swinging, aka Chad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to turn it down a little bit. But, man, at the pregame, you know, we don't really got a lot to talk about, man. It's been some interesting news. All right, David, you talking about getting kissed under the mistletoe in certain places while doing black activism all at the same time. So,
excuse me, say what?
That's what David Banner just said. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. My man was flourishing. Flourishing in unprecedented ways. I like to see that, bro.
Yeah, man, the Magic are some punks for that, for not playing about Paolo Banchero against Chet.
You mean protecting their number one draft pick?
Yeah, protecting his mind. That's exactly what they're doing.
Mind, man.
Yeah, mental health, man. If he gets beat, you know, he's got to think about that. If there's a bad game.
I don't think after I saw them step back,
threes, no look passes, and
Alshiro will be more than fine. I think Chet should be afraid. Be very afraid.
That's gonna be an interesting team, man. But we'll get to that. Speaking of basketball, man. We got a few people here. Oh, we need to put it in the chat that we started, by the way.
Everyone's welcome to Monday Night Raw. It is Monday. There's only one thing you should do. You should do it raw. Anything less would be uncivilized. First of all, okay. Instagram, I need you guys to do a better job of not letting me go directly into different people's lives. I think you should have like a little entry. Are you sure you want to enter this person's live? Because 98% of the time, when I click the button, I'm
live. Yeah. I don't want to actually talk to y'all at all.
No, it's not even that. I just don't want to. If I want to go there, I don't mind hitting another button. Like, yes, I would like to watch the Splash Cast.
Just
Saturday
a little confirmation
on Monday Night Raw. Yeah,
a little confirmation. It is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a few things we're going to talk about today on the pregame, man. We're finally going to address. We addressed it before. We talked about Anthony Davis not picking up a basketball for 2 months.
No surprise.
So I
don't think he even really likes basketball that much.
I think he's just tall and it's a good way to make money.
I think so too. Yo, Russ, what's good with you, brother? Welcome to the pregame. Hope you got a beverage, cold, frosty, ice.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he must be on YouTube. Okay, what's good, Russ?
But AD is just not a competitor.
Nope.
He's not probably a guy who really loves the game of basketball.
You don't think so?
And I mean, if you went that long without touching a basketball, considering that we saw the NBA champ working out, touching a basketball only 10 days after his championship, Steph was back in the weight room and he won a championship.
Josh is on Twitch. What's good, brother? What's good, brother?
We
Yeah.
are everywhere.
Generational
So for
wealth.
me,
yeah,
no, I don't.
He does
I
get
don't,
generational wealth. Yeah.
I don't really. I don't think that this is the highest on his priority. And on top of that, I think the same thing about Karl Anthony Towns. I think sure basketball is fun and it's a cool job, and I'm tall, so I check the boxes.
Let's listen to what KG had to say.
Turn to carry the torch. Bron, I carried this motherfucker for a whole decade and then some. It's the only reason he came to LA, cause right? Well, that shit killed me, bro. He said he ain't touched a rock. I ain't gonna do that. But
touch a rock, AD, please.
Not even touch a rock. But go back and watch yourself. Real shit. And be real with yourself. Watch it by yourself. Be real with yourself. Go in the lab and get your shit right.
Go get lost.
He's probably not top 10, top 5 in this game. Come on, man. That's all I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna start getting heat. I feel myself sweating already. But for real shit, bro, get lost.
Go get
Go
lost.
to Hawaii somewhere. Straight up and down. When you come in
That's
the
how I
camp,
feel
come in
like during the
camp
week when
better
I
in
be
shape
getting ready to
than
pod, I
anybody
go
and
get
everybody.
lost. I just be going
That's
into
what you should be
different
focused
worlds
on.
so I
You
can come
should
up
go
with some
for
of the best
the
podcast
MVP for
material
the
of all time.
2022.
Said he wants him to be
That's my
MVP.
OG advice to AD. If he not
That's
Why
his
not?
OG advice to AD.
Why not?
Why not what?
Why not? Why are you not an MVP candidate? You're 8 feet tall. You can dribble like
Everybody's
a guard.
8 feet
You can
tall.
shoot
That's
like a
inconsequential.
guard.
Yeah, now that's the part that if he would actually work on his game, he would be unstoppable.
He doesn't have, like, I know y'all gonna be mad, but I don't give a shit. Like, John Collins can't dribble. AD can dribble.
Very well. He was
So
a
if
point
you-
guard until his senior year in college, high school.
Exactly. Like, you have the skill set to be a killer. You just kind of choose not to kill. And that, to me, is a whole lot of money and a whole lot of draft capital invested in a guy who's not a killer. And whenever LeBron leaves Lakers, you know you need to go find your next LeBron, because who is not it? Anthony Davis.
Do you think that's the reason that they brought Russell Westbrook, because AD didn't have the heart? And Russell Westbrook, if there's one thing Russell Westbrook does, is play hard, and he is not going to stand down to anybody. You're not going to punk Russell Westbrook. You may outplay him. He may shoot himself out the game, but it ain't going to be no taking your heart, disappearing, only going 1 for 9. You know, LeBron used to do that too now. Disappear, go 1 for 9 in a game or whatever.
I think that was a rehab project by LeBron. I think LeBron was more interested in being the guy
Who?
who say
AD, or was Russell Westbrook a rehab project?
No. Russell Westbrook is a rehab project for LeBron James. I was the guy who got Russ a championship. He got AD a championship. He got Dwight a championship. Yeah, I think this would have been his greatest achievement.
So here's the thing about that. I that means LeBron, if that's the case, that means he's really moved beyond personal. That's a personal accolade of almost like showing that I can manage a team type thing. I can get you to a championship with whoever.
How did that work?
Josh said LeBron didn't want Russ. Now, there was that did come out that LeBron didn't want Russ, and the front office forced him on him. The thing is, there's nothing. I don't believe that. Yeah, you can't force a player on LeBron. You can't force a player onto LeBron, dude.
If LeBron said, "I don't want Russ, send me DeMar DeRozan," what are the Lakers gonna do? Go find DeMar DeRozan.
Because at the end of the day, especially with the player empowerment that we're seeing now, you can just, you're not gonna do what I want to do? Trade me.
And
right
it's
now.
too late. You got to remember, Anthony Davis is a clutch client, and he basically set that deal up. So once he got Anthony Davis, you can't tell him he can't have whatever else he wants. I already did it. It's too late. I got the keys to the kingdom.
Well, and now that's
and y'all don't have anything without me. Nothing. And he still has that same leverage today. If LeBron wants to pack up all his bags and say, "I'm out of here," what do the Lakers have next year?
Boo boo. I mean, I mean, they don't have too much more than Boo Boo with him, right? They haven't really signed too many
But
people.
at least you have an MVP level guy. They could have got Buddy twice and skipped on Buddy both times.
I thought they were going after Buddy this time. So do you think they're going to – I mean, we're here now, and we're not going to talk about Kyrie for real.
Who?
You know, in the NBA segment, we're not really going to talk about Kyrie for real.
Who?
Do you think Kyrie's going to end up in LA? And does it really make a difference?
Yes, it does. It does make a difference. Because I think that that's probably, I hate to say it, but it's one of the few places I think Kyrie can go. And I think it's the only place where he is going to have to, he will have somebody who will be able to tell him exactly what to do. LeBron, I think, is the only person who still kind of holds that respect of his. And I think if LeBron's like, cut the shit, you're playing basketball, I think Kyrie will cut the shit and play basketball. I don't think that there's any other place you can really tell Kyrie that and it work. I think Miami would tell him that, but I think he would be like, yo, y'all can go pound sand. I don't care what you tell me to do.
I think so. I think they would. I think they would fight. I think him and Miami wouldn't work because I don't
think Miami would even take. I don't even think Pat Riley's even considering.
No, Pat Riley. Well, we'll talk about it in the news that whatever when it comes to Miami. But speaking of people that apparently gained the respect of everybody in the league, is the Golden State Warriors. Iman Shumpert said, "That's why I love Klay Thompson to this day, bro, because they was ready to swing on me. Steph, too, called me a bitch and everything." And that just goes to the fact of them saying that, yo, they got heart. Like, here you go right here.
It's like, you know,
we
talking shit. Like,
Do I need to?
Okay.
You just gotta listen.
That's in the West, bro. Do that to us. And then I knew when we was playing them, bro, like when Klay took his hand, like he took his hand and really like did like that, like really jawed me though, like for real when you think about it. But I remember thinking like I was saying earlier, I love that we get 48 minutes to hate each other. Like that.
So you like the aggression?
I love it.
All of that.
I love it. That's why I love Klay Thompson to this day, bro. Because that man was ready to swing on me. I love him.
I actually like J.R. Smith and Shump as personalities a lot.
I'm about to say, do they have a full podcast?
They got something. They got a show. I watched it, and they talked about some different things that have happened during their career together. But that is a podcast I would watch. They are funny. They both got their own personalities. They're guys who are good basketball, like respected basketball players, but also not superstars. I like those guys more than, the superstars for whatever reason.
I like JR because they're just gonna be real. Like they're authentic. Like they just. But it is something. I don't think Steph Curry came into the league that way. I think Klay came into the league like. Klay seems like he had that. This is just a saying. Don't get mad, people. Don't cancel.
Oh, here we go. Buckle up.
Don't get mad. Klay seems like he has that chip on his shoulder from being light skinned, right? Because the stereotype is light skinned people aren't tough. Light skinned people aren't this. It seems like Klay has had that chip on his shoulder his whole life. And I think he's mixed. And I'm not trying to go to like the cultural thing about that. But what I'm saying is Klay has always had that chip on his. He's always come in with a chip on his shoulder. Steph, I think he had a chip on his shoulder basketball-wise, but not the whole toughness-wise. They always say it's too small, but they never said he wasn't tough enough or whatever, especially when he got to Davidson. For him to be challenged on his toughness was really when Cleveland beat him. And they put him in the pick and roll and all that other stuff. And then even when they won, and he didn't perform as well, but, Andre Iguodala ended up getting the first MVP. Like Steph has that killer in him now, and I think it grew to that mentality grew because of his experience in the league. Where I think Klay had that experience the whole life, and when it came together, whoever was in their way, they was gonna cuss you out.
See, that's where I think it's a little tricky for me.
Why?
I just don't think that you can be tough and people not know you're tough because you don't have to show people that you're tough until you really need it, which is smart because it kind of gives you a secret weapon that nobody knows about.
The crazy is what my grandmama called it. You know he got the crazy now. Don't mess with him.
Yep. I think Steph has always known. I'm gonna cook y'all that. Now, yeah, I'm gonna be nice about it because I'm media trained. Remember, both of these guys' dads were in the NBA. So they know how to carry themselves. I don't have to prove to you that I'm a good basketball player or I ain't no chump. Get on the court. We're going to see here in a little bit.
We gon' see.
And that's the reason he is the babyface assassin. Steph ain't really a guy he talks a decent amount of trash. He just does it in a way that's not super confrontational with the person.
He does not damage the brand while talking trash.
He interacts with the crowd instead of with the player.
No. When he started talking shit, now
we all got that trigger. Now it's only so much talking you finna do before I light your ass up. But before we get there, I'm just playing with these people who came to see this show. It's almost, to me, I like it because it's a level of disrespect within that. Like, I don't even really respect you enough to go at you directly. Yeah. I'm just out here playing basketball, and these people came to watch me play basketball, and I'm gonna torture you in the process. You just happen to be today's victim.
Steph does do that cul-de-sac trash talk. Like he'll trash talk you while you're walking away, type thing, right? Like when Jaylen Brown was walking away, he was like, "Yo, I own your ass," type shit. Because Jaylen Brown was talking to him. Yeah, you're right. Steph does play. He uses the crowd in his shit talk to piss you off even more.
And I like that because you now, when you are embarrassing somebody, you are more globally embarrassed. Like, y'all see this clown here? Like, I don't even have to talk to you. I talk to these others. I don't respect you enough to talk to you directly. And as you may or may not have noticed by now, that is one of my favorite ways to trash talk is to bandwagon the rest of the group in, and we all laugh at your expense.
Very true, Russ. His chip grew because he was slept on. MVPs, Finals MVPs, not being in the top 10. What people say. Yeah, that's what we saying.
Don't help y'all keep poking the bear, and then y'all keep saying he's not. Before it was like, oh, if he wins another one, is he top 10? Nope, he's still not top 10. He was like, oh, cool. I'm gonna get right in the locker room. In the weight room, and I saw him 2 weeks ago doing this, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what this does, but y'all better be ready. Because that's going to be, that back going to be loose, and that three is going to be on your forehead, boy.
Yeah, and we ain't even got to some of these.
Back Wiseman.
Oh my God.
Step back Wiseman.
We had to press pause on the recording yesterday. I was like, hey man, did you see this? I was like, have you seen what he's doing? Like
everything.
I will say he did taper off towards the end of the game. But
it does not matter. They won with Kevon Looney. Let me tell you who's better than Kevon Looney.
James Wiseman. Now, we here now. We got a little, we rolling a little bit. I was very, very impressed with Kuminga in the second game. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. He was playing, and it does help that you get James 7'1" step back 3 Wiseman back to pass the basketball to.
That's the reason Bialisa said, "No, I'm headed to Turkey, dog. I want this championship. Them boys. So wait,
I'm going to go back. What, is he from Turkey?
I'm going to get over here with the Turks, dog. I know next year I ain't going to have a spot. And if I do, it's going to be, and don't matter. They might wait till 3/4 of the season to call me and be like, hey, Bialisa, you in good shape?
Mm-hmm. Come on down, brother. Somebody got hurt. You know the system. You know the system.
You know, point of me, y'all young people. Y'all get on that. You know that's what your grandmama said.
Yeah, that's what y'all young people. Get on out there. Get on out there now. Get on out there.
We ain't gonna do that. That's young people game.
Clip it a little bit.
But yes, I'm very excited. I want to see Wiseman play. And
You there?
Yep, no.
All right, we good.
That wasn't nothing but a step hesitation. We right back. But yes, the Warriors are scary and somehow get scarier.
Yeah, and the more we talk about them, the more I laugh at you foolish people for thinking that they're gonna go get Kevin Durant.
And I want to address all of you people who said that the Warriors dynasty was over and Kevin Durant walked out that door. Y'all sound like Stephen A. Smith. Y'all sound like Max Kelly.
No. Because that was a big piece of their puzzle that left, and you never. You crazy as hell. Nah, okay, let's talk about that. Kevin Durant left. They didn't have Wiseman. They didn't have Moody. They didn't have Kuminga.
They didn't need either one, any three of them this year.
They didn't have Jordan. They didn't have Jordan Poole.
Parsley.
They didn't have Jordan Poole.
Yes, but what I told everybody is
you
don't have to have Kevin Durant to be that good. Kevin Durant makes it impossible for teams to beat you. But you can find a guy who's just pretty good. And you might not go 72 and you might not go 73 and 9 or 72 and 10, but you're still going to be better than most basketball players, and it's still going to be difficult for them. What did they go do? Find a guy who is not as good as Kevin Durant, but still a very good basketball player in Andrew Wiggins. And here we are, just like I told you.
Oh, I forgot about Wiggins. I was talking about Jordan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, they got Wiggins. So, as we said, they got two people to replace one person. They got Wiggins and Poole to replace Kevin Durant. But
I was always a proponent of the bones on this team is good. You just need to find now one guy who can push the needle, and you still got it. And you got to think they did it mostly without Clay this year.
They really won't need Clay to be from what I've seen now. Of course, this is summer league. It is summer league. And normally it's like when you're a freshman going to basketball practice versus when you're a sophomore going to basketball practice. It's basically what it's like for a second-year player to go to summer league and play versus a first-year player to go to summer league. But Moses Moody looks like he is trying to step up and be that defensive stalwart and that communicator on defense. That's what I've noticed that he's really, really working on defense. And if that happens, now, even though the athleticism and the skill is waning on Clay a little bit because of his body, the skill isn't waning, the athleticism is waning. Because the body is slowing down. You have younger players to step on in and say, all right, young fella, you go up and run up and down the court. I'm going to come in and hit these threes.
But we're not sure if his athleticism has waned. He just hasn't had a time to train because he was hurt
for 2 years.
And a lot of times people miss that when you're injured, you have to rehab first. You have to get healthy. So at that point, you're not doing any training to actually get any better. You're just trying to get to a point where you can play basketball. Give him a full offseason to get back into playing shape. And I think Clay is going to be, he may not be what he was before. But
he doesn't have to be. That basically was my point. He doesn't have to be what they were before.
But I still think he's going to be better than I think people think that he's going to be going forward. It's this thing where people are prisoners of the moment, and they see you not at your best for a small portion of time, and then after that, they just think you're trash. Chris Paul, same thing I basically think about James Harden right now. People think I always ask people, when do you think he fell off a cliff? And they'd be like, oh, a year ago. You think the cliff was just?
Yeah, that's normally what a cliff is. That's what a cliff is. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me tell you.
The reason isn't skill.
Right on back.
That's what I'm saying. The reason isn't skill. People are saying it's the type of injury for James Harden with his hamstring. It's like Julio. He's had a chronic hamstring injury for 2 years now. Yeah, he had it in Houston, and he had it in New Jersey, and he had it in Philly.
Well, let's see. I think that James is going to be back, and I'm pretty confident about. I'm very confident James Harden is going to be back.
Can they match the Warriors?
Can they who?
Russ asked who can match the Warriors. I said, can the 76ers match the Warriors if James Harden is back?
By the time we figure it out, it'll be too late.
Why?
That means that you're playing in the finals. If he gets to the finals, it's okay. Whatever happens in the finals, as long as they don't get destroyed, James Harden in the finals is a success. Let me be very clear about that. That puts
Sneaky
everybody
with the Miles
to rest.
Austin reference. Boy, that is that is a great callback. That is Mike Bibby days, Gilbert Arenas days of Arizona when he got, and Miles Simon was supposed to be that great dude. Nah, we're not saying he's washed. We're saying they saying he fell off a cliff.
People are, and I hate that people are hedging. They're like, "Oh, he's washed," and I'm like, "Okay, well, you see what? Well, he washed, but he ain't." No, use your words. Use your words and explain to me where. Then they're like, "Well, he's just gonna fold in the playoffs." Well, you got to give him at least a season to see what him and Joel Embiid look like.
Yeah. Then you got PJ Tucker to take the defensive pressure,
which nobody's talking about. Miami, you have to fill that hole.
Hey-o.
And you. Yeah, I walked myself right into it. That's fine. I don't care.
Hey-o.
You just can't stick Tyler Hero out there and think that's the answer to no more PJ Tucker.
No. Oh, well.
I'm talking about just starting five.
Probably be Max Strus. Nah, it'll probably be here. It actually is Hero. It's probably his Hero because I was about to say because they got to play Hero. If they pay Hero, then he's got to start. He's got to start.
Well, you don't have to pay him because Duncan Robinson played 10 minutes. Big steal. And
he's still there. They got to make a move for Donovan Mitchell. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame where we talked about Shump's respect for Golden State and KG mad at AD for not taking the game serious, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We are now going.
Hey, go ahead, pull up your beverage. We're going to come back. When we come back, we'll be drinking and your regularly scheduled programming will begin.